Hello everyone, Alan here again. Today I am going to install the MSC Moto, what are they called? It's a handlebar stabilizer. The reason why I'm doing this is that I'm hoping it's going to help with things like river crossings when there are big rocks in the river that you don't see, so it doesn't throw your handlebars off and you end up in the water. Or if you're riding in sand and you hit a rock underneath the sand, to also steer off balance. So I'm hoping that'll help. Also, this bike, once you get to about 110 on the highway, it starts like sort of shaking a little bit, and I've heard that that can help stabilize the steering as well. So this is basically what you get. This is made for the DRZ. So you get this clamp over here, and what I've got to do is remove the triple clamp, the handlebars and everything in the front, and then this has got a hook, got to go around over here. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to remove the light. I think the whole handlebar cluster comes off the instrument panel. I've got to take the triple clamp off, and that is to get this piece around here. And then they've also provided some handlebar risers, but I've already got handlebar risers on. I think this is for those that don't have them on. You need the space to actually get the device in between. So what they do is they provide this block here, which goes underneath and is actually screwed into so over here I've got to take the center nut off here, and then it gets clamped on there. And then this is the piece that makes it all happen. This will then get bolted onto here, and then this piece here goes in underneath here, and that's what helps to stabilize the steering. Okay, so I'm going to put this down. I'm first going to have to, and they give you all the bolts and everything you need with that as well. So first thing I'm going to need to do is start stripping down the bike, and I'll need to start with taking the front headlight cover off. Let's try and keep everything together. So there's one bolt on each side, and then the one at the bottom here. Just got to get that washer out later. Okay, then this should just pull off. Okay. So there's a lot of wiring underneath here. Someone mentioned the other day, I heard them say that the DR400's got a lot less going on underneath here, and I can well believe that. Okay, so what have I got to remove to get the triple clamp off? What I will do is just start with the triple clamp bolts over here. Let's find the correct. Is it a 12? Yes, it's a 12. Now on this side, I've actually got my ignition in there as well, as you can see here. ammunition coming loose. I'll have to look and see what torque that is later on. I've got a manual, workshop manual that I bought online. It's not exactly a Haynes manual, but it's the same company that sells it. I don't know why it's not called a Haynes manual. I hope these are all the same. So let's get closer in there so we can see that it's this is the brake line that goes in here as well. That's interesting. Okay, I see I kept the washer on that side for some reason. Okay, let's just take the indicator out. Can hang free. I'll just be careful not to lose that washer. There's those two on that side done, and there's nothing complicated going on this side. Just the indicator. That one can hang loose. Yeah, all four of those bolts are exactly the same, so there should not be an issue there. Just thinking I might need to undo there and there as well. And how tight is this? Looks pretty tight. Do I need to undo that? That's the question. I'm hoping I can actually just throw everything forward. So maybe what I need to do next is to get this center bolt out here. And what do I need to do that with? Actually, let me just try the one side. I don't know if I have to take both sides off. Actually, I might have to. Okay. Try not to scratch my bike up again like I did last time when I put these on. just get them ready. Oops. Don't like it when that happens. Sometimes things roll around and you can never find the damn things again. There goes something else. That's the spacers. I found one half of it and the screw. Oh, the other half's still in there. That's so maybe put this straight might help a bit. Seems to want to settle right there. Okay. Got everything there. Let's grab those spacers. Okay. What do I do with this now? Maybe just rest. Rest it there for now. Okay, so I did find a socket big enough. See how easy this is to get off. Let's try this. Okay. Okay, so that's that center piece nut off. So just get some idea here. So this piece will go. And this is probably why you need to, maybe I need to take these off. Yeah. Or maybe I need to loosen the instrument cluster. Well, that whole lot's going to come back anyhow, so that should be okay. So what I need to do now is, I'm not sure what else you've got to do. Just want to see how this is all connected. I am thinking that I'm going to need to loosen these two here. Can't get in there. That's too big. What is it, a 10? Yep, it's a 10. I can't get to that. Okay, does that help me? Okay, it just means I can move that lot away. Okay, I'm just going to use a rubber mallet to see if I can move the... Okay, it is coming off. Let's actually see if I can rather get this coming forward. Okay. Something fell. Okay, I'm going to take the triple clamp off completely. The only thing that's holding it on is my ground wire here that I put here for my LED conversion that I had to do to stop the blinkers from all blinking together like hazard lights. So that's that, and then I can remove that completely. Okay, so this is the part that's actually been concerning me the most, is getting this on. I think what I'm going to do is I am just going to loosen the bolts that hold the tank on, just to give it a bit more flexibility backwards and forwards. Trying to see what I need there. It's a much smaller one. I think I am removing these covers. I left the top one to last. Okay, keep them together. I need a bit of copper paste before I put that back in again. Okay. Okay. Okay, now as I said, I'm just going to loosen the fuel tank. So there's a bit of play there. Gee, that wasn't tight. Okay, it's a bit of play. The mallet. See if making this any looser helps. Can't honestly see that it would. You'd think this would be round. What? What is preventing it going on? Do I need my mallet? If only I could see where it was catching. What happened to the GoPro there? The battery's bloody hot. Put a fresh one in. Okay. Let's try again. Weird thing is it fits nicely like that. Maybe you put it on skew and then hammer it straight. I don't know. Oh, I need something else rubbery to smash it against. Don't know what I have. The rubber end of a hammer. Seems to have done the trick. Oh, is it good? I wonder if that's okay. Oops. Now, is that center enough? Look, center. Let's get a square out. How do I do this? Maybe do that, and then take another one. Like that. That looks... That looks good, I reckon. Okay. Oh well, I'm glad it went on. I was worried about it. I mean, it is right up against the engine here. But I think it'll be okay. Okay, so now the next thing is to tighten it. And maybe this is why you've got to take all this shit off. Is because... Oh, let's see. I think I'm getting it. I don't think that's going anywhere. It seems pretty solid to me. And the good thing is I didn't have to, they say sometimes you may have to file away some of the weld, but seems I didn't have to do that, so that's excellent. Okay, that's probably as tight as it needs to be. And that to me was the scariest part of the whole thing. Let me just tighten the engine. Sorry, not the engine, the tank up again. And I need to make it a bit tighter than it was last time because one of them felt pretty loose. Okay, don't want to overdo it. That is fine. Okay, now triple clamp. Should be able to go back on again. Mallet. Okay, that looks like where it was. Okay, now let's try this story again. See, now that can go on nicely, and then that will go on here. Yep. Looks like it's all coming together. Okay, good news. Okay, so let's put that on. And center bolt. Let's hope this can get in there still. Yep, it can. Great stuff. Grab the tyre with my knees again. Okay, that was pretty tight. I think what I'm going to do is just go and get my book with all the torque settings in to make sure I've got them right. Okay, the steering stem nut must be 90 Newton meters. So I've got my torque wrench here. To get to this to 90 Newton meters. 90 Newton meters. Okay, I need a conversion thingy. Okay, let's see where we go. Oh, I'm going to have to get the other side again. So I didn't quite have it there, so that's good that I checked. Okay, that's on 19 Newton meters. And I guess we can start putting some of the stuff back together again. Put my ground back again. Okay. Swing these over. I reckon we can put the handlebars back on next. Glad I didn't. Oh, hang on. Before I do that, let's actually get all of this finished off. Okay, so this is the next part that goes on. Well, actually not really. There is this important part. So what we do here is a little spring that goes in there. And then this part here that goes on there. So this can move up and down freely. And then what's got to happen is this goes on here and then slots in there, so that when this turns, it all moves the way it's supposed to move. Okay. So what have we got here? I think we've got bolts here. Yeah. Four of these bolts, I'm pretty sure, were for the for the bar risers, which I don't need. I don't actually want the bars more my way, because I can do that easily with this. So I think these bigger ones were basically to go in there. So we don't need the four big ones. We just need the two much smaller ones. And those go in here. Oh, they should go in there. That was my wild assumption anyway. Okay, it looks like it's doing it now. Okay. So you can see how that is fitting over there now. Let me just look at the instructions to see if there's any specific torque for those two bolts. Looking at the instructions that came with it, which are not a lot. This is all you get. That's all you get. One page, no diagrams. Install the spigot post into the frame. And this frame may need some welds cleaned up, so I haven't had to do that. tighten the pinch bolt once it's centered on that. Reinstall the top triple clamp. Do not fasten the center nut yet. Place the damper mount over the center stem and tighten the center nut down. Once the center knot is tight, tighten the triple clamp. Install the damper to the mount plate, which is what I'm doing now. Now install and tie up the forward bar riser to the triple clamp. Okay, so it does not say anything about the torque. I'm actually just wondering, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some Loctite. Where's my Loctite? There it is. I'm actually going to take these bolts out and put some Loctite on them, just because it's safer to do so. I think that'll be good. That's basically that thing installed. Now we just got to get everything back together again. So let's do this next. I think it'll be okay to do that next. One thing I want to do, and anyone that's got any advice can let me know, is I would love to reposition these so that there's more. When I turn the steering to the right, it actually stretches these cables and makes it really difficult to close the throttle. The throttle doesn't close properly once you've done that. So I've seen some people maybe taking this and putting it underneath. Maybe that's an option that'll work. Not entirely sure. Anyhow, let's get this back. We need a spacer there. At some stage I want to actually get some decent bars for this bike as well. But that's a job for another day. Okay, so now put that back, and that spacer there. Which one was it? This one. going to completely tighten this yet, just in case there's some cables I need to move around. Okay. I think the next thing I should do in order is put the instrument cluster back again. But now, where did this go? That is the question. Was it a... Oh, I'm buggered. I can't remember where this thing attached. So that goes here. Was this right up here? I'm lost. Was it like that? That's possible. Yep, I think I found how it goes. Pretty sure that's how it goes, and then it holds the speedo cable in there. Can't imagine how else that would work. Yep, that looks logical to me. Okay. Don't lose the bolts, Alan. No. Ah, crikey, just go in. There we go. Next one in there. It feels like it's struggling to go in. Shouldn't be so hard. It's a lot easier. Okay, that's back. Okay, so now gotta get all this back on again. Right way around, of course. And how did this go around? We can always just do whatever way we want. Was it a how did we do this? Was it that one? Maybe. Maybe it was there. Okay, let's just get the bolts. Maybe it was the top one. Screw it. I think it was the top one. Okay. Come on. Get out of there now. Okay. Do that. Okay, same thing this side. This side we only have the indicator. Okay. Okay, one thing I just want to check is the movement here. Oopsie. So I don't want this thing touching. Oh, the other thing is, okay, I'll do the bar tightening is going to be a different story, because I've got to make sure that I can turn the steering okay, but I must also not pinch the cables here. Okay, just going to check the torque on those bolts for the triple clamp. Okay, so it sounds like 32 Newton meters. Okay. Okay, 32 Newton meters. Okay, that's that tightened. Just put all this stuff away. Okay, so next is the handlebars. And what I've got to do is make sure that when I'm turned all the way that way, that I can still see these bars are not in the middle. See what happens is if they're too far this way, you can see that it's already not free enough. It's a bit better. Okay, GoPro has died again. SD card full. Okay, battery isn't going to help the GoPro. And then we're on the second battery of the GoPro. The DJI is still going on the first battery. That's why I use the DJI now for most of my stuff. Mind you, that card was full, but the battery was also at 30%, which is less than that one right now. I think I can swing it a bit more forward, but I'm not going to do that now. I'll leave it like it is. So if you dial this in now, you can see how stiff it is. It's going to be playing with this to see what setting is ideal at the end of the day. Okay, I think that's it. There's a few more parts I've got to put back on again, so just putting the side covers back on. Just wondering. Still got plenty of the copper stuff on it. So it should be okay. Just going to do the other side. And the light surround thingy. Okay, and I pretty much think that that's a wrap for this. As I said, I'm going to have to play around with these settings and see what works for on-road, for off-road, going fast, going slow, that kind of thing. If you turn it, crank it all the way up, it's very difficult to turn. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, everyone. Chat to you on the next project. Cheers.